can just look at me, of course. You don't
Uh-huh.
have to look
Yeah.
into the camera.
Perfect.
So I'll just have you start by saying and spelling your name and
Uh-huh.
giving your title or position.
Okay. My name's Tom Hogan, Tomhogan, and I'm the Chief Executive Officer here, CEO.
Thank you, Tom.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. So uh, I know you guys had some long lines of people that wanted to get some food today. If you want to just explain, why that is and how you guys like handled
Yeah.
it and such.
Yeah. So this morning was kind of one of the first days that our line has actually been the full length of our building. Um, it was touching and kind of emotional to see that happening today. So we quickly threw up a question on our check-in software. Are you here because of pause and SNAP benefits? And a third of our guests so far have indicated that, you know, yeah, that's what brought them here. And I applaud them for reaching out and coming and getting some help because no one needs to be hungry in our community. We exist. We're here to help. We want to be part of your solution. We can't do it alone. I ask the community all the time, you know, help us with food, help us with funds, help us with your time. Be part of that active solution in our community. Um, and what's fun is people respond. I mean, I'm getting calls and emails and a little bit more volume than normal because people really do want to be part of that solution. They recognize that maybe their neighbor or somebody they know might be having a more difficult time than normal, and they're stepping up, and it's so rewarding. Last week, or the week before last, we issued a challenge to the community: help us bring in 70,000 pounds of food, in anticipating more need to get out there, and we almost we were just like 500 pounds shy of that for the week. That's just remarkable. It's meaningful. It helps us make sure that we have enough food for that week, and that's the type of place we live in. So yeah, it's hard to come pull in the parking lot and see the parking lot full, and people waiting in line.
Yeah.
But it's also hard. It touches you when you know that you know there's a group of church kids that are going to go door to door to bring in some food from their neighborhood and bring it in and donate it. Um, so I have the best job. I have the best job.
Love all that. Love it.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever had such a turnout before? Like, have you ever seen that before?
So this is really interesting. It's kind of reminiscent of what happened during the pandemic. I joined the team here um, in June of 2020. So the pandemic was just starting, and we were starting to see um, more families in need, and there was that uncertainty and fear and whatnot. And I remember the following March, we did a food drive, community-wide, Utah Feed Utah food drive, and we had an amazing outpouring of goodwill and generosity. So much so that we were scrambling to make sure we could get it all in cages and get it all put away and put in stores. So so yes, when there are major changes, the community responds. A lot of just days it in with why the community responds. But it's nice to see when there really is a new need, people start saying, "Oh yeah, I need to do that,"
Yeah.
and they're ready and willing. So I never feel bad about coming down for some help. That's just something that we experience, you know, and it's something that this community responds to. And I'm sure it's not the first thing you think about wanting to do on your day. Hey, I think we'll go hang out at the food pantry, you
Yeah.
know. But we're here for whoever needs it, and and it's a real simple process. Um, we're going to ask you just a few questions. The hardest part right now is, sadly, the line, and that's just the times.
Yeah.
So we're trying. We're changing up a few things. We're open Wednesday evenings. We're open until 7. That's something new for us. And so, if you're working, and you get off work, come on down. We'll still be here on Wednesday nights.
Awesome. Um, do you think you guys will be able to keep up if if more and more people keep coming and lines keep growing? Are you and hopefully not? Are you at risk at all of running out of food in any way?
We're not today, you know, um, and we're not tomorrow. Um,
Yeah.
the, I try to maintain a very level. I'm not going to be over responsive, right? I'm just gonna come in. We're gonna hunker down. We're gonna make sure that we can do what's presented in front of us, and I'm going to be out there in the community saying, if you have an extra bag of things out of your pantry, bring them in and drop them down. If you have $25 that you wouldn't mind not going to get pizza tonight, and you want to make a donation, here's my website. If you have a few hours and you want to just feel good and help out, come on in and volunteer. We're going to keep letting the community know where we're at and how we're doing throughout this pause. But this pause will end.
Yeah.
Eventually, people will get back into some sort of normalcy.
Yeah.
But there'll be a need, because there will be a day that ends with Y. It might be in January or August, But what I've seen is there's plenty of families that, because we're a growing community, that will be there, who will need, hey, a few weeks of help. On average, our families come 6 times in a year. That's just what we noted in the data. So it's not like we're seeing the same people for years and years. People don't want to be here in the first place. We're nice folks, we try and make it a good experience, but they're coming long enough to get a little bit more stable and maybe take advantage of some of our other services and programs.
What would you say a typical food order looks like? Do people? I'm sure people can't just take everything off the shelf. Is there some type of limit, or
Yeah.
what does a typical order look like?
Right. So it's all based on number of people in your household. And we have signs in some areas that say, okay, if you have 3 people, you can take 4 of these. If you have, so there are those sorts of things. We want to make sure that every household gets a gallon of milk and has access to a dozen eggs. That's been a really strong desire of ours, and we worked really hard with the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints to make sure that that's something we can do. They responded, we're grateful, and those families go home with milk and eggs. Now, they also might go home with 4 cans of green beans and some soup, or some bread products or whatever. We hope that they're able to shop in our pantry to supplement what's going on, what people can afford to buy for themselves. We also have some of those items that you generally can't get on SNAP. So some toiletries, hygiene products, some of those things. So, if you're thinking about doing a food drive, don't forget those other products that help a household function.
Yeah, definitely. And that's good to think about, like non-food items, like those are a necessity as well.
Mm-hmm.
What have some donations look like? Have there? I'm sure there's people that have been super generous.
Yeah.
What have those look like? Their donations.
So, part of reaching that 70,000 pounds of food was we got some donations, monetary donations that were kind of out of the norm, and we know that $1 will provide 4 meals, and so we kind of did the math, and that's how we got to just under 70,000 pounds of food. So we not only saw more donations at our site, and cars have come in, and backed up and dropped off their food donations, but we also saw some funds come in, and we can use that to leverage and buy stuff or, you know, that sort of thing, so that we can help meet needs. We're also just very fortunate to work with some local grocers and retailers who we go out and rescue the pallet of pineapple that has like another 5 days before it's all just got to be thrown out. So we'll bring it in, we'll give it out, you know, and those are just the again, the amazing things of living in this community, and my job and why I love it so much.
Awesome. I know that there's I met, you know, a volunteer or two out in the other area.
Mhm.
What would your message be to people that maybe want to volunteer or want to donate? What's your message to them?
Yeah. So I'm going to ask everybody just to visit our website, casfb.org, so Community Action Services and foodbank.org. On the website, you can find a way to make a financial donation or find a way to volunteer. And you can sign up for a volunteer slot and come on down, and we'll put you to work. We'll put you to work, you know, getting carts from the parking lot, helping people shop, stocking shelves. You know, it's a couple of hours, something different. And at the end of the day, you feel good. You know, because you did something that was different, that wasn't about, you know, I do the same thing. I do all the things about myself and my family, but this is something you do for someone else, and you just can't help but feel good.
Yeah.
So I'm in the feel-good business, you know. So come on down, feel good. Make a financial contribution. You know, I'm able to go out and buy product that we might need that we don't have. If you're going to do a food drive, I'm going to ask you think about, again, those non-food items. But I'm also going to ask you to think about soup, chili, canned meats, condiments, those sorts of things that, you know, as you pull open your pantry or you open your pantry, what do you see in there that you think, oh yeah, my family really relies on fruit snacks, or, you know what, cereal, here you go. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Awesome. Anything else you want to share about the food bank, or about, you know, what's happening recently in the news, or anything else you want to let people know?
Yeah.
In general.
If you're feeling heavy about the news out there, again, come in here and feel good. Okay? The news is the news. The world's the world.
Yeah.
And as you engage with people, you feel a little bit better. As you're worried about how you're going to feed the kids, come in and shop. There is nobody that has to go hungry. This community doesn't let that happen.
Awesome.
So come in and visit us.
Love that. I can't think of a better way to end it.